Hello! Hello you guys, how are you all? My name is Sajada, if you don't know me. I'm kind of new on YouTube, so I feel like I have to introduce myself first. I'm Sajada, I'm 23. I almost wanted to say 22 because I still can't believe that I'm 23. It hurts every time. Never mind. And welcome to my channel. I posted a story on Instagram and I asked you guys what things you want to know about me. Ask me some questions. In this video, I'm going to be answering those questions. And after that, I asked you, okay, do you want me to speak Farsi? Because of course که مشهد I live in مشهد زندگی میکنم و فارسی قرار حرف بزنم. تو خیلی از ویدیوم فارسی حرف زدم در واقع، ولی ازتون پرسیدم که دوست دارین انگلیسی حرف بزنم یا فارسی و خب خیلی گفته بودین که انگلیسی حرف بزن، انگلیسی بشنویم و اینا. So I speak English right now. Let's get to the first question. Where should I start? Let me begin with this question because I think a lot of you know me because of my speaking skill. I'm gonna answer that. Let's begin with my childhood. I was 9 years old and my parents, actually my brother, forced me to go to this English class. I went there, it was fine, I kind of connected, and after that I stopped liking it because I couldn't find friends. All of them were so different because I was born in a religious family and I was wearing chador, this whole hijab thing, and nobody was like me, so I was kind of a lonely girl back then. One day I came out of my class and I was like, Mom, Dad, I can't do it anymore. Like, I don't want to go to English class anymore. And I literally stopped going. And I remember my parents were like trying to force me to do that. They actually signed up for the next term. They literally put me in the car and my mother grabbed my whole stuff and we went there. I was so stubborn back then. So eventually I didn't go. That term I didn't go. But after a year, I guess, I start to go there again and try the whole thing again. So practically I started learning English when I was 9 years old with a gap, let's say 10 years old, and I continued to go to these English classes till I was 19, I can say. But the truth about learning English is that, yeah, it's the best if you go to English class because English class provides you a space that you can actually learn. But what I'm saying is that the English class matter like maybe 10%. The rest of the process of learning English, it all depends on you and yourself and nobody else. For example, I went to English classes. I failed so many times. I was the worst student in most of the terms. And I took English seriously since I was 16. Yeah, I studied for a while, but the speaking skill and the listening skill is not coming from any English classes. Even the best English classes cannot help you. It's like going to gym. Let's make an example. It doesn't matter what plan your coach is giving you, till you don't do that yourself, and you should keep doing that, you won't grow muscle. Actually, the key of learning English is to go out on the internet and find something that you're really interested in. And for anyone, it can be different. For example, I was really interested in gossiping, so I became interested in like Hollywood stars and singers, and I actually became obsessed with some of them, like One Direction and Taylor Swift, and I was actually stalking them for years. I was listening to their music, I was watching their
obviously.
I didn't feel like, oh, I'm studying English, let's go and see some interviews. No, I was just doing that because I like to know something about, for example, Taylor Swift's love life, and it was interesting for me. And to be honest, I didn't even realize that I'm growing this skill. So yeah, the key is just to go out there and find something you're interested in. It can be movies, it can be a specific singer or artist, whatever. It can be documentaries for some people. It can be podcasts, I don't know. It can be YouTube, Next question. Don't you want a new friend or something? Yeah, baby, come over. I'll DM you. Are you living in Tehran or Qom? I'd like to see you in person. That's an honor. Oh my god, I'm blushing right now. None of it, to be honest. I'm living in Mashhad, and this is why. What is your name? Nish, if you came to Mashhad at any point, yeah, let's go out sometimes. I would like to meet you in person too. One of you said, okay, I'm gonna read it in Farsi. خیلی دلم میخواد برم مدرک بگیرم و بتونم استخدام مؤسسه زبان شم، ولی حوصله‌ام نمیکنه. بعد چیکار کنم؟ First question, why do you want to do that? You guys, I'm saying it generally. If you want to do something, if you have a fantasy, for example, working for this specific company or doing this or that or whatever, first grab some information about it. Like, for example, in this case, institute. Yeah, institutes are great for starting, teaching if you're interested in teaching. But they don't give you any money, honey. If you're interested in teaching English, of course you want to make money out of it, because it's freaking hard. I mean, like, they put you in a class with 15 students and they don't give you the money. They don't give you a money of one student's شهریه چی میشد? I forgot the... Let me say this Farsi. Sometimes I struggle remembering some words. تو رو میندازن توی کلاس با 15 تا بچه، بعد شهریه یه بچه هم بهت نمیدن به عنوان حقوق. So if you want to become a teacher, you can do it privately if you want to make money out of it. I've been working for an institute for a year and it was great, but the payment is freaking low that it's not worth it. Next question. I write English, but I can't speak. Why? This is the reason that I'm telling you guys that going to English classes is literally not even close to be enough. Because, yeah, if you're trying to get ready for concours or something, yeah, institutes can help you to know English on paper. But when it comes to speaking and talking and watching a movie and understand, it's all you. You're saying that you have this writing skill. Of course, if I ask you that I can speak English but I can't write, what would you suggest me? You probably would say, all right, just write. Try to write in English and do that like 100 times in a month, and eventually one day you look at yourself and you're like, oh, I can write. And speaking skill, any skill, cooking, painting, driving, any skill is like that. Like you have to do it like a lot. So you get to the point that you're like, oh my god, I can finally drive a car. Oh my god, look at my painting. It turns out really well. Oh my god, I can speak freaking English. You have to do that a lot. That's all I can say. Do it in front of a mirror, find a friend. When did you... let me ask the question in Farsi. از چه زمان انگلیسی رو مسلط شدی؟ I don't feel like I am مسلط even right now. I don't know, honestly. Learning English is such a process and it takes years and you never realize when are you getting good at it. So I don't know how to answer this question. I was always trying. Even nowadays that you guys feel like, oh, she can speak really well. I sometimes struggle with remembering one simple word. So on a daily basis, I listen to podcasts. I'm watching series so that I can, speak. It's an everyday practice. So maybe 22, maybe last year. چطور انقدر انگلیسی خوب صحبت میکنی؟ چطور میتونم مثل تو انگلیسی خوب حرف بزنم؟ All of it is about speaking English, how to improve our skill. Let me tell you a story. It's kind of funny. I had this huge crush on this guy. I'm in a religious family, so my parents shouldn't find out about that huge crush I'm talking about right now. And I've been going out with that dude and his friends and my friends. We used to hang out on every weekend. The summer of my 20s. Oh my god, I was so naive back then. If you have this experience that you're in a group of girl and boyfriend and you guys hang out, for example, for 2 hours, and then you guys split, everybody goes home, and then in that point, the important part is that you go home or you go to one of your friends' places and you gossip. This is the best part ever. For me, sometimes I couldn't go out on my friends because it was too late to go there, and so I had to call one of my friends. We try to analyze the whole, like, what happened, what do we think the boy feel. We actually discussed the flirting, or how should I say this, the signals, the pulses. For example, if I didn't notice that he was staring at me, after that one of my friends called me, and in that call my friend says, did you realize that when you were talking to these other guys, he was like literally staring at you and he was totally becoming jealous, like, you know? And in that point, because I didn't want my mom and dad to understand what I'm saying and what I'm doing in this point of my life, so I had to speak English. And I remember with this friend, we literally struggled saying just one sentence. عملاً حتی خیلی سخت بود که یه سری جملات رو بگیم but we had to. So we tried to عملاً کلاس اسپیکینگ بود دیگه. And the guy never told me it didn't end well. It actually ends well now that I think about it. But my 20 version was like, oh, it didn't end well. After 3 months, I was looking at myself and I was like, oh my god. With my friend, I was talking with her and we were like, oh my god, did you realize that, Mina, that we're speaking English so much better than the time we started it? Like, we started like hanging out with this dude. And she was like, yeah, oh my god. So, if you want my advice, do something bad and that you don't want your family to find out about and try to talk to one of your friends about it. The best movie you've ever seen? Such a hard question you're asking. Like, there are so many great movies out there. I don't know which one should I, or which genre are we talking about? I don't know, the best film. Maybe Last Christmas. You know, it was so calming and relaxing. I didn't like the ending though, but yeah, it was so relaxing if I want to say. I wish you'd ask me what was the best series that you've ever seen, that I would immediately say Friends or 13 Reasons Why. But the movie is kind of hard because we have a lot of great movies. One of you asked about the group chat that I create and I invited you. آقا اون گروه رو با بچه‌ها زدی، گفتی پیام بدیم و اینا، من دادم خبری نشد، گفتم oh my god, I didn't answer you. I'm sorry if I didn't answer you. The number were a lot and I remember I answered all of them, but I don't know. I'm so sorry. I'll DM you. Mariam, your favorite color? Yellow, cause I'm getting this vibe of yellow that is like so energetic. How old are you? I still feel like I'm 18. I still feel like a teenager, but apparently from the date of my birth, I'm 23, which is old. I've never pictured myself to become a 23-year-old girl. Oh, it's crazy. The aging, the whole thing. به نظر دادم چجوری جسارت داشته باشه و بتونه مستقل شه. This question is something that nobody knows the complete answer to it. Maybe you're seeing me on Instagram and you know that I'm living in a religious family and you're like, oh my god, she's so brave and stuff. She can speak up, but I live in fear actually, and I'm not completely independent. I obviously live in my parents' house still, and in Iran, I think everybody is struggling in that area, especially if you're a girl. If you want to be independent, like fully, or for example, rent a house, even if you have the money to rent one, they feel like you're a whore or something. The only thing that I know is first go learn a skill, whatever it can be. The very first step is like to getting a job based on your interest and then try to make money out of it. And at the first few steps, you can afford your coffee shops. Snap. After maybe 6 months, you can afford to buy some clothes. All I'm saying, it doesn't happen overnight. I can't say that I'm fully independent because I'm not. Maybe 30% out of 100%. So I think it totally have this direct connection with having money. Why do I feel like you have special respect for gay community? Yeah, I do. I do respect you guys. It's so obvious because everybody should respect anyone. And I feel sorry that the society is like that. I'm having these few friends that they were gay in high school and after that. And I saw them struggling even with themselves and with others. I mean, they were actually in love, but they couldn't tell others, and they have to like hide it all the time. They have to put on a mask in front of maybe even their closest friends and their whole family, and it's so hard to live a normal life in Iran. I'm just trying to not make your life even harder, because it's already hard enough. And I know there's a phase on poverty. No, I forgot. Let me search it. Puberty. That was puberty. That's what I'm saying. I sometimes forgot some words and I gotta check. So I practice English like every day. Yeah, we have some phases. It happens in high school mostly and middle school. Puberty. Like we try to find out about our sexuality. We may go and kissed a girl in Truth or Dare in high school because we are curious about our body, we don't even know ourselves. I feel like everyone has to feel free to be themselves, even if they are trying to get to know themselves, just discover their sexuality, either in this situation or they are actually gay. This is the most personal thing, I think. Who are you sharing your bed with? This is so freaking personal, and why should everyone have to comment about that? It's just so weird for me. Yeah, that's why I respect them, and I try to empathize with them. Am I right? I guess I'm right. Alright, I'm gonna answer the question that I wanted you guys to ask me, but you didn't. So, when did you become a fan of Taylor Swift, and why are you so obsessed with her? A question that Sajada asks. I became a fan with Reputation. Are you ready for it? I was 16 back then, and I was studying in Ma'arif Islami school. That's a major. If you don't know that, it's weird, I know. Anyways, one of my friends gave me this flash driver, and it was full of Taylor Swift music videos. And I watched that, and I was like, oh my god, what am I missing? And then I became a fan. The reason that I keep listening to her music, because she's exploring all of these different genres, and I'm still a fan because she's vulnerable, like us. If she's having a bad time, if she break up with her boyfriend and she feel like she's so devastated, she's just saying it, and she's just singing about it. It's so honest. A lot of us feel so connected. We're like, oh my god, this shit happened to me too. So that's why I feel connected to her. To be honest, it was just one question that I wanted to that I wanted you guys to ask. Like, I don't have any question for myself too. Thank you for watching till the end of the video. If you like it, don't forget to subscribe and like, because it will help me a lot and it would mean the world to me. I love you all. Hope you're having a good day. See you later. Bye.